Domestic violence is one of those issues that everyone is touched by, whether they realize it or not. And I think most people probably don't have any idea how prevalent it is in our society, unfortunately. And it obviously affects the victims and the survivors of domestic violence directly, but its ramifications throughout the community are huge. It's something that kids who grow up with have to learn to integrate into their lives for the rest of their lives. You know, beyond the human toll, there's the economic toll. The survivors of domestic violence, who are predominantly female, it certainly gets in their way of being able to have economic independence and to advance often in their careers, not only when they're in the throes of domestic violence, but for many people who have to start all over. Often they're the folks who have to leave the home and try to find a new beginning and deal with the emotional challenges that for the rest of their lives, really. And the impact on our entire community as far as the resources that it takes in the community to address the end result of domestic violence, be it in the criminal justice system, be it in the human services system, is vast. And while it's extremely important that everyone be aware of and help be part of the solution and help, for example, with the new DAIS facility that's being built, as important as that is, we should not see that as an end goal. That's, in some ways, that's really a beginning. We need to, it's the least we can do. We have a wonderful community here. We have one of the smallest domestic violence shelters in the state, and I think everyone's come to the realization that that's unacceptable. And we will get there, and we will get to the type of facility that we need and deserve and should have in Dane County. However, even if we have a state-of-the-art domestic violence shelter and facility in every county of the state, we shouldn't see that as a victory. We should see that as the least we can do, because our goal ultimately should be to make those facilities obsolete and to deal at the front end with prevention and to start asking the tough questions of why is domestic violence for so many individuals considered, in their eyes, an acceptable alternative. What is it that makes people think that being violent towards someone, be it physically or psychologically, is in any way okay? So what we have to do is we have to do somewhat of a triage, obviously. We have to take care of people in crisis. We have to make sure that there's safety for folks, that there are interventions, but we also have to do the tough work on the front end, the work that's needed to do to make people ask the tough questions. Why do so many people feel that violence is okay? And predominantly, why do so many men feel that violence is an acceptable form of expression? I'm Dane County Executive Joe Parisi, and I will continue to do everything I can in my power, both personally and professionally, to make sure that not only do we have the type of facilities that we need to address the challenges posed by domestic violence, but that we continue to ask the tough questions and do the tough work to see what it is we're going to have to do to prevent domestic violence. And our goal should not just be to build shelter, as important as that is and as needed as that is, but our ultimate goal should be to end domestic violence.